And we are back in the Doja room. Oh my god.
Yeah, I did not say no names. Niggas been hating on me.
We gotta get right into this one. As you can see, on the title of the video, it's going down in America on the East Coast. It would seem that former President Donald Trump has been shot, and it's a lot going on right now. So we just gonna dive right into it because we was not expecting this. I really had our regular scheduled program planned, but this just kind of just took over. So we gonna jump into this first instead of hopping into a regular episode of the Doja Room because man. So this will not be an official episode, but yeah, we gotta talk about it. We gotta get into it and maybe try to, I don't know, I'll give my take, but I don't understand. Like, there's so many questions right now. It's so many questions. Number one, how did you miss, nigga? How'd you miss, nigga? Now, I'm not a Trump hater. I'm not a Trump supporter. I really don't give a fuck about this shit no more. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think Biden or Trump are neither one is fit to be president. So let me just preface this everything and just put that disclaimer out there. Let me just, I don't think either one is fit to be president. I think Donald Trump is a compulsive liar, but hey, he does his dirt more out in the open. He lets you see what the fuck is going on usually. So, when it comes to the Democrats, they're a little bit more, what should I say, covert with their shit. You know what I'm saying? They're a little bit more. They do their shit in the dark. They kill you slow. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden doesn't know where the fuck he's at. That nigga is on Mars somewhere. I don't even think he knows what's going on. It's going to take him about a day or two to fully understand that, and that alone doesn't make him fit to be president. But we already went through some of the debates and shit that was going on here. But yeah, we weren't expecting this turn of events. Now, let me just say officially here, Donald Trump has won. This nigga won, bro. I mean, for you to, in the beginning of the year, be taken to trial for all of these months up until, a couple of weeks ago, they found that he can't be prosecuted or something like that. I haven't really been paying too much attention to this trial shit because at the end of the day, it's a nothing burger. If you want to take the nigga to trial, take him to trial for some real shit that's going to actually, get him locked up or going to actually be something substantial. But the shit that these niggas try to take this man to task for all the time is always some bullshit. It's just some bullshit, just the same thing. Same way they tried to impeach him. They find the most craziest bullshit to go after this nigga with when there's real tangible things you could go after him for. But those would be things that they actually do too. So you tried to lock the man up, and this is just going to be what the narrative is. You tried to lock the man up, it failed. You tried to impeach him, it failed. Now they're going to say you tried to kill the man and it failed. I already see reports about how this was an attack by a Joe Biden supporter Most level-headed individuals are not going to automatically jump on that bandwagon or that narrative like that, but it seems to be a very real thing. Now, I'm pretty sure, because this is like global news at this point, so there's almost no way you haven't seen this, but let's just get into a quick rerun of what happened during the rally to show y'all real quick back what happened.
If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Yeah, he definitely got popped. So a couple of conflicting reports. Some people say he got shot. Some people say that his teleprompter was shot, which caused glass to shatter. Now, what we do know now at this point is one bystander was shot, one ongoer at the rally, and another person is in critical condition at this point in time. And I believe it's about 2 shooters now. I like sitting back watching shit unfold, you know. I'm just really eating my popcorn to this because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If he got clapped, I would have been clapping it up for, you know, the other side, whoever that may be. I don't know. But, hey, if y'all would have got him, I would have gave you your flowers. But I don't understand how you, this is the only shots you had in my book. If y'all wanted Trump and was wondering why nobody has taken this man out yet, that was your last chance. That was the only chance you had right there. Unless you got a very persistent group of people on your hands. But if you ask me, that was your chance. You blew it.
If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Yeah. He seemed like he got tagged. Now, it looks like somebody got tagged right around here. They said somebody went down right behind him. I'm guessing that's where you see this little space at right here. I think that's where the lady who passed away, I think it was a woman. I don't even know who it was. But a lot of people got shaken up with this one. But as you can see in the in the photo that we had put up in the beginning, the man is just fine. Well, seemingly so. I did see one photo that it kind of seemed like he did get tagged in the ear. So so that was a little bit weird. I don't know about the whole glass thing, because like I said, this photo right here definitely seems like he was tagged in the ear for sure. That's what it's looking like to me. That's looking like a little hole or something. It doesn't look like that big of, I don't know where my gun experts is at. I ain't one of them. I'm just getting into this world, you know. I'm a New Yorker. But I don't know what he got shot with, but it don't look like it was packing too much of a punch if this is the only result. But a piece of glass, I don't know about that. So it looks like he actually got shot with some shit. Now, this is another interesting thing that was posted by my boy Jimmy Dore. Said Trump was denied beefed up security and there weren't Secret Service on the roofs surrounding the rally, and Secret Service ignored people telling them about the guy on a roof with a rifle. It's crazy. So this one dude posted, I live in a city where Marine One used to land a George W. and Obama for fundraisers. It witnessed its first eyewitness. I guess he said I witnessed it firsthand three times. The Secret Service would search every newspaper stand, put traps over fences, have snipers on roofs of adjacent apartment buildings, and have snipers looking at windows of adjacent apartment buildings. I just read that. I know he just put that twice. Looking at the windows of adjacent apartment buildings. All for a Marine One landing. Walk to the limo and departure of a motorcade that took less than 5 minutes. They would tow all cars from the adjacent lot. They would sweep the street for a mile for bombs the previous day. For there not to be a Secret Service agent on this roof is a massive tell. The rest of the story is even worse. So it's starting to look like, I don't know, like I when I first heard that there wasn't that much Secret Service going on, because we did get a report from, let's hear from this guy real quick. We did get a little report from a dude who was at the rally, or who actually spotted the shooter, it would seem, before he actually, this guy here, it seems like he spotted the shooter before he actually took his first shot. So we're gonna hear this in its entirety real quick.
And listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking, I'm estimating here, I have no idea, but we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
Up there, absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see, obviously, see everyone when she was very panicked at all?
Oh yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, we just be careful, because we don't quite know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
So yeah, yeah, this nigga wasn't playing around. He gave it up raw. You can see homies like, bro, please just don't. Can you refrain from saying that? The nigga just got his head blown off. Could you say that in a different way? Y'all niggas want to be interviewing niggas right after some shit, so kudos to homie for giving such an interesting take there. But I mean, that's basically the gist of it. But it is weird. It is weird. I would imagine in a world where, this was an inside Democratic operation. My phone is over here going off because, yeah, it's just one of those. It's gonna be one of those days. One of those days. one of those weeks where this is just going to be nonstop news. But if this was a inside Democrat job, like, I mean, first of all, if you had to, or if you wanted to get the man taken out, denying him extra security, okay, I can see that. Then on top of that, it seems like you don't even have all your bases covered. It seems like what's starting to formulate and what is starting to seem like is it's like they didn't have the proper procedures take place. They didn't take the proper precautions, the precautions that they would usually take to ensure his safety. So I don't know. I mean, my boy Trump, he probably could. He probably could, he probably could take a strong stance and be like, hey, bro, all of this weird shit going on, it ain't no coincidence. I mean, look, if I'm Trump personally, I'm on Biden's head top. You did it. Biden did it. It was him. I heard it through the grapevine, and he finally, yeah, I'm dragging it. The Democrats, yeah, Kamala, yeah. I mean, he really doesn't have to do much, but that's just me being petty. I wouldn't let it go. I'd have been like, these niggas failed at taking me to jail, which they have. They failed at getting me, taking me to prison, eliminating me from this election in any way possible. And I'm not gonna lie, it just doesn't, like, I'm more compelled to be in Trump's corner, because it's like, well, what the fuck is these niggas so afraid of him becoming the president again for? You know what I'm saying? It's not like the shit didn't happen already. I mean, the world didn't end. We're still here. It's just that I feel like he brings a lot of the plays that would go unnoticed most times. He brings that to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? He says the quiet part out loud. A lot of the times it was seen by accident, but if that benefits us, that he's kind of an idiot, all right, so be it. But yeah, I don't think men should be assassinated. Well, there was probably a point in time where I did wish that homie would get clapped, but I don't really think that I don't really feel that strong for the sentiment now. If it would have happened, would you have seen me upset or distraught? No. Probably not. Most likely not. I wouldn't lose any sleep about Trump getting clapped. But does it kind of gravitate you towards his side a little bit? I can see how. I can see how now his most devout supporters are definitely going to double, triple down on this turn of events. And I mean, if you already like Trump, then shit, this nigga's like Jesus Christ right now. I mean, honestly, that's how they're really treating it. I mean, Trump is basically, they calling him the Teflon Don on Twitter and shit. They got Teflon Don trending. I mean, I really think it's a wrap for Biden after this. There's really nothing you can do with the man. I mean, for them to even have gotten this picture, let me just say, I know what it's like to be a photographer, shit like that, and you gotta be one bad motherfucker to just catch a photo like this while shots is ringing out. So kudos to the motherfucking photographer. My nigga, you did your job. Not only did you do your job, you went above and beyond. But, I mean, photos like this are gonna forever and further immortalize this man. This moment, even though it was supposed to, well, they obviously failed at doing what it was supposed to do, and it would seem, obviously, which I'm pretty sure that they knew, if you fail something like this, you're only going to do the opposite. So I would love to see how he's currently doing in the polls, because I can only imagine that his polling is skyrocketing. I can only imagine. I mean, he looked like, even when he got up, bro, even when Mans got up, he looked like, oh shit, we got this one. He was just looking like, yeah, we got it. We got this one in the bag. I mean, you can tell, like, he obviously was looking like, yeah, bro, we got this shit in the bag, bro. This one's in the fucking bag. Like, the way he got up and was like, yeah, fuck yes. Fuck yes, nigga. This nigga look, bro, Trump got up. I gotta find the video. It's crazy that I can't right now. It's crazy. But slide in. We are in the we in the Doja room right now. I'm just going through this, breaking down this video, man. Everybody welcome, pros.
Let's really watch the video for what it is.
Everybody welcome, pros.
It's a lot of pandering going on. It's a lot of pandering.
I'm not gonna lie. So I had to find this video because I ain't gonna hold you. Homie got up right here. Like he just won the World Series. Like,
yeah, come on, talk about it. Talk about it.
He knows. Look at his face. Like he knows it's in the bag.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
He knows this is in the bag. He had the
best pandering move. He had the best one. He had the best one out of all of them.
I was just breaking it down to the audience just now. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how you fuck this up. You know, doing the job. I wouldn't have cared if the man got clapped or not. I mean, I just got finished saying that, but I don't. Like, you have just gave this man the election in my eyes. Like, they just gave him the election, and it's almost like he know it. Like, he got up like he just won the World Series. Like, he just won a NBA title, nigga. Like, LeBron didn't even have a reaction like this.
Because let me point out this to you, right? You get shot, right? I don't know what. President, friend, mama, cousin, whatever. You get shot. You need to tell me, you think I'm going to have time of wanting to be throwing the black fist pump in the motherfucking air?
Yeah, he got time today.
And Secret Services was not like, Secret Services was not like, nah, fuck that shit. We got to dip right now. These niggas barely cared to move.
Well, so that's what I was getting into a little bit too, because I feel like it's weird. We jumped into one tweet right here from my boy Jimmy Dore. Like I said, Jimmy always on it, but it's weird, and I just want to pull that up because it goes into a lot, and it breaks down a lot. But it's like, okay,
I'm here.
So you got this joint from my homie Jimmy Dore, and it's like Trump was denied beefed up security, and there weren't Secret Service on the roofs surrounding the which even I know that's a common thing that Secret Service does. Clear all the rooftops, clear all the surrounding buildings. Like that's basic. So it says they ignored people telling them about a guy on a roof with a rifle. So it said the dude said, I live in Marine One. I live in the city where Marine One used to land George W. and Obama for fundraisers. I witnessed this firsthand 3 times. So he just basically goes on how Secret Service has done this for George Bush, Obama, and even for, you know, there to be a lack of Secret Service presence for Trump. I mean, it's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think neither one of them. I'm gonna say again. I don't think neither one of these motherfuckers should be president. I don't think neither one of these niggas should be president.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but it's about
that nigga.
Who's the best liar? Who's the best liar? Which lie gonna win?
I mean, that's politics. That's politics in general, though.
Y'all really think Trump got shot at? Y'all really think Trump got shot at?
I think Trump got shot, but I think it might have been I think it might have been more of an insider thing than we might want to believe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I watch House of Cards, so I watch some House of Cards. Like, hey, hold up, nigga. Somebody is on some Frank Underwood shit right now, because, you know what I mean? Like, if you ever watch House of Cards, for my people that watch House of Cards, y'all know this is a Frank Underwood move. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is a nice Frank Underwood move, real quick.
You
like,
don't see the let's.
I do, but it's like, it's like he already knows that he won. Like, he won. Like, all right, y'all niggas fucked up. Like, I feel like that's what's going through his head. You niggas did. You mean to tell me y'all didn't kill me? You mean to tell me I'm still alive? Like, oh, I mean, I would probably be thinking that too. I would probably be thinking like, yeah, I won. Like, let's just call the election now. Let's just get the voting done now. I won. So I feel like that's what might be what's going through his head.
They probably all in on the whole Project 25 shit.
All right, so you obviously think that you with the stage crowd. You with the stage crowd. You think it's staged.
Y'all done woke up Biden. Y'all done woke up Biden's old ass. Biden had told y'all motherfuckers he's not available after a certain time period. And y'all were just egging for this nigga to respond to his op. If this was the hood, y'all would have not given a fuck. And then they saying the killer, I saw a post that said the killer got shot already. The killer died.
The killer is dead.
In proper protocol, I thought in proper protocol, you would try your best to try to keep that person alive so you can guess where they coming from, like why.
No.
Try to get information out of them.
No, that's never protocol. I mean, that's something that if you just happen to not kill the nigga, you know what I'm saying? But they're going for straight headshots. Even like they don't want to talk to you, nigga. The nigga who was across the street on a building, he got his head blown off, like we just heard the nigga say. Like, they're not trying to talk to you, nigga. They're trying to erase you from existence. There is no talking to you. It's neutralize the target, and we can figure out what happened later. When it comes to the president, at least, that's what Secret Service is taught.
If it comes to the president and the Secret Service, have to still keep a president up there and not move as fast like that. To me, it's sus. It's sus.
Now, those things I do think is sus because
it's a little sus to me. I was just on Instagram talking about this shit. And niggas was like, yo, you're mad funny. And I'm like, yo, I don't care if I was running for president and somebody just shot at me. Bro, fuck y'all niggas. I'm out. I don't got time to put a fist in the air. Talk about.
Well, they were taking him to the beast. No, they were taking him to the beast in this picture. So he was moving his way downstage and they was taking him to the beast in this picture. But I
would have had his head very low. I don't care.
He was supposed to have his head down.
I'm thinking about the safety. I'm thinking about I am Secret Service. My job is to make sure president or former president, whoever I work for, stays alive. The fact that he had time to put... It's sus. It's a little sus to me.
It is. I mean, that so I think it's sus on the... Like, I don't think that Trump was aware of anything or that it was necessarily staged. Mm-hmm. However, I do feel like if
We should fire
inside job speaking, inside job speaking on maybe
I mean,
somebody who
Diesel, this
doesn't
is the
want.
year of the truth. So we
It is. It is. It most definitely
say that
is.
again. Say that again for me. You broke up. You broke up. I didn't hear
So
the last parts you were saying before.
no, so I definitely think it might be like an inside job, or as far as maybe like somebody in the industrial complex or military complex, or somebody who's powerful enough to put
Who know
somebody
how to
like
shoot
this in
properly
position who
and make sure
doesn't.
they don't hit nobody. I
But
mean, make
no,
sure they don't really kill them.
yeah, I mean somebody who just can put something like this together, because who else has the power to make sure or see to it that he doesn't have enough Secret Service, that these people are not following proper procedure? Like, there shouldn't have been this many openings. If
More.
anything,
That's why I was like weird. You need to. That's why it's
no, yeah,
weird. It's
yeah,
weird. Some things is sus about it though.
yeah, for
But I
sure.
ain't gonna lie. If he had, let's say, because a lot of people do think it's staged and people don't think it is. For the people that don't think it's staged, honestly, I understand. A part of me understands also why he went and said, "Yeah, y'all niggas thought y'all had me." Haha. I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But
They
it's
calling him the
just
Teflon Don right now. I mean,
yo,
you know what I'm
right?
saying? Like
Yo, you didn't
it.
see the picture of him get rich by trying?
Yes. They are going crazy as far as when it comes down to Trump, but I feel like, yeah, bro. If this was like somebody, like I'm saying, which I in shorter terms and simpler terms, that this was more politically motivated from somebody on the other side. That's what I'm kind of leaning to. Like, it might have not had come from Biden directly, but somebody in that camp with that power who can, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I'm kind of leaning towards that.
I
I
ain't gonna
feel
lie.
like,
I'm happy it just didn't happen in New York though. I'm just happy. I was like, finally, it's not New York. Finally,
yeah.
New York's not, because we have all the issues we're going on with the drill and that conversation. So I was like, oh, at least it's not New York.
Well, right now they just hoping that the shooter ain't black. I don't think we got confirmation at all on what the ethnicity of the shooter.
If the shooter is black,
I
I'm
mean,
not
we
going.
seen the guy getting. We're not gonna show it here, but we seen the guy getting carried out, or at least I seen it. I ain't gonna show it on here, but I seen the guy getting carried out, and I couldn't really tell what ethnicity he was really. But yeah, I don't know.
But if you can't tell, right? Hopefully others, right? If you can't tell, now let's say they say it's a black person. How do you like? I'm just making a prediction. How do you think that response would be?
I think most people who were saying that have been joking. Like even my step pops, you know what I'm saying? He joked about it too. Like, oh Lord, I hope it ain't nobody black. Like,
That would
I don't.
only support if it was a black guy. That would only support the motive for Project 25 to happen. Like,
I don't know, because I've been doing my own. I've been doing my own research into. I'm glad you said that, because I have been doing my own research into Project 2025 too, because there's been some crazy ass claims as far as that shit goes. So I'm like, let me look into this myself, right? So I mean, and just what I found, it didn't really add up to the claims that I was hearing. Some of it did, some of it didn't, some of it was unclear, and
okay, so break it down. Some.
I mean, I can definitely break it down. Well, let me bring up. I did have some notes. So we can get into that. So, but while I do that, I just want to pull up
Nah, this year has a lot, a lot.
Apparently,
This year is a
this
lot.
is the footage
Okay.
of when the sniper, while I'm looking for my notes, this is
Mm-hmm.
the video of when the sniper took the shot of homeboy across the street. I ain't gonna
Okay.
hold you. Yeah, yeah. And then they got down after that. Yeah, it seems like maybe it was an exchange of fire. Or, I don't know what the hell was going on.
So you think the other person was shooting?
The other person, well, yeah. So,
The suspect?
like the guy said, because they a lot of people caught this little interview right here. So you might not have caught it, but a lot of people caught this guy's interview, which he basically went
See
into
him,
it. You can
but
listen to
we
it.
could hear him. So we walked
I
up
was watching it.
probably five
Yeah,
to
this
seven
guy basically
minutes of
confirmed
Trump
a
speaking.
lot.
I'm estimating here. I have no idea, but noticed the guy crawling,
Did he just
going
say he
up the
started
roof.
off the conversation saying, I have no idea? Can you run that back,
Nah, yeah, nah.
please?
Yeah,
Did he just
yeah.
say,
No,
Of the
I
building
started it off a
they,
little bit further in. Yeah,
Watch
that's
and
why.
listen to the rally. Right, we couldn't see
okay.
him, but we could hear
I
him.
was about to say.
So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, but
Okay. So this guy is saying that he spotted the. I'm
we know the
confused.
guy crawling,
Basically,
bear
he's
crawling
saying
up.
that they spotted the shooter before he even took his shot. They spotted the shoot. He spotted the shooter. Him
Okay,
in
so
the
boom. So can we pause on that?
yeah,
Can
yeah.
we pause on that, please, just for a second? Because I gotta break it down in parts. Because you spotted a shooter. Okay, how do we profile a shooter? What is the
Okay, so
profile? What does the profile of a shooter looks like? And I would like to ask him before that was even confirmed. Let's say life could have been a totally different reality, and let's say that was not that didn't happen, right? This
mhm.
all didn't happen, but you still spotted this person. I would like to ask him what gave him the perception, the idea, I don't know,
That it
assumption
was a shooter. Um,
that that was the shooter.
so the key thing that he said that I heard already. Now I'm a person that's been in ROTC. I've lived in the South, so it's a strong presence of people who just hunt. A strong Second Amendment
Mm.
users and a strong military presence of people here. The first thing I heard was he said that the dude was doing a combat crawl. Now when you hear that and you're doing a combat crawl, let's just forget about seeing a gun. If you're doing a combat crawl, your arms are tucked as if now imagine you have a rifle in your hand, you're laying on your stomach, you have a rifle laying in between both of the creases of your elbows and you're on your stomach and you have that rifle laying there. That combat crawl is basically when you're just moving. Like you know how niggas be in boot camp and they going under that barbed wire and they doing that combat crawl.
Okay.
You're only doing that 9 times out of 10. If that tells me, okay, you got some military training,
Mm-hmm.
you have most
No,
likely you're
that's
doing
all
that
good.
because you have
No,
a
I
weapon and you want to
understand.
be unseen.
Okay, so I get it. So the average person, I get it, don't walk around doing that. What I'm
Hmm.
trying to get is, was it like he just noticed it right after, like right before the shots happened, like the crawling and the stuff, or did you notice the crawling ahead of time and then
Um, it
couple
seems
minutes?
it was
I don't
seems
get it.
like
Like,
it seems like it. It seems like it. It seems like they like he said they
okay,
noticed dude crawling up a few minutes after Trump was talking. And so you would hear you're gonna hear him say basically after that he basically was like, okay, is nobody gonna check this dude out? Like, this dude just over here. So yeah, let me hear this real quick.
Of Trump speaking, but we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. We're standing there, we're pointing at the guy.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. Clearly see him with a rifle.
Okay, so they clearly seen the gun. They clearly seen the gun, so that obviously contributed.
I mean, a rifle is hard to miss.
Yeah, and he's doing a little, like I said, when you're doing that little combat crawl, usually you're doing that with a rifle, and like I said, in the military, you do that so you can still have your rifle at the ready if you need to. You can still access your rifle and shoot if you need to from that position, but other than that, you're protecting the gun and making sure it's not getting into any water or the mud or whatever you're, slugging through, and you're just crawling. But it seems like that guy in particular didn't necessarily want to be seen while he was coming up. So, yeah, I was like, so that's a little weird. So, but yeah, they definitely seen the gun.
Absolutely.
But he didn't want to be, so he spotted, and then he was like, oh shit, let me just, turn my head.
No, I don't know if he's seen them spot him, but it seems like he was just already on a mission. He didn't give a fuck. He was already just about in position.
The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle, and the police were like, oh what, like they didn't know on. Hey, right here, we see him. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
If I was Trump, I'm firing all of them.
So
Immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's weird.
Immediately.
It's weird.
It's cool. Y'all could act like y'all got me to get home safe. That's cool. But y'all all fired. Immediately.
Yeah, it definitely.
A person to say that you have made eye contact with people that work for him and y'all are pointing at a direction. And these are trained people that are the top fucking notch. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm not trusting a soul. I'm not trusting a soul.
Yeah, if it was me, private security from now on. I'm the people that's going to secure me. I'm paying for it personally.
Bro,
I don't want Secret Service. I'm waiving Secret Service immediately, and I'm hiring a private security force.
Because now, playing this video and you breaking it down. But now the way
you can kind of see why I'm thinking of it like that.
You mean to tell me the people that work for me, that's supposed to protect me, right? That's their sole fucking job. They would have to take the bullet for me. Why is a witness able to say, I made eye contact with y'all pointing at the direction? And we're like, yo. And it's not just only me pointing. It's a few of us. It's not just me.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, that's why I said the whole part was still
you like that.
That's why I said what I said. I didn't. The part of this part was the key point, but that's why I said at the point when I was like, he still had time to put the fucking fist up.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, in a situation like this,
it would seem now, because he missed, it would seem like maybe these guys right here who was kind of blowing his cover, it maybe that's why like he rushed his shot and ended up missing Trump and not really hitting him, because you had these guys over here like, hey, this nigga's over here, and he's probably like, all right, fuck it, I need to hurry up, take this shot. Like, I need to take this shot now. Like I can't wait. So, and then like I said, I went to it's things that we still finding out new facts. They're still rolling out as we go.
Yeah, but this is but what this man just said is it's a real key point. Like you cannot miss that. What just was just said to you.
Yeah. Yeah, them niggas is over here pointing and pointing and pointing.
You are fired immediately. Like, I'm not wasting no time.
I was like, yeah, everybody, we gonna have a quick meet. Yeah, all y'all niggas is done.
At this point,
everybody
when I go home tonight, I already got new niggas on call. And second of all, I'm already strapped because y'all got me fucked up.
So let me just.
Is this really like this is the people that's crazy? That's who's protect. They look like fucking models. When I look at the picture, they look like pretty people. They don't even look like I don't get it, bro. It's giving.
So
it's giving.
Like I said, new information is rolling out. So apparently, this is the woman put in charge in protecting Trump.
Okay.
Kimberly Cheadle is the 27th director of the U.S. Secret Service, sworn into service on September 17th, 2022. She's responsible for successfully executing the agency's integrated missions of protection and investigations by leading a diverse workforce composed of more than 7,800 special agents, uniformed division officers, technical law enforcement officers, and administrative, professional, and technical personnel. Prior to her appointment, Ms. Cheadle served as Senior Director in Global Security at PepsiCo, PepsiCo, where she was responsible for directing and implementing security protocols for the company's facilities. Basically, like Elon Musk said, bitch was put in charge of protecting chips and Cheetos, nigga, before she was protecting the president, nigga. Like, so I don't understand what, like, how do you go from head of security at PepsiCo to head of security of the Secret Service?
Sucking dick. Like, why are we not gonna call it out? Did you not hear that white girl going viral now? Talking about she did the hot tub. That's what
hot tour girl.
She was doing the tour to get to the top.
Nah, this is really crazy. Like, if this was what she was doing before, first of all,
crazy.
No offense, but I need if a person is in charge of
experienced people. That's the part that's just this the part that it even gets more crazier. Out of all the experience, because you know in life there's levels and people stay at certain levels and we move up levels. Just like you could start as a police and then end up as a deputy, or if you want to go into the FBI, there's so many levels. You went to go pick somebody who used to guard chips.
Cheetos, niggas was protecting chips and Cheetos and Pepsi cans.
That was the best person y'all could have found as a Secret Service too. Out of anybody, that's what I'm saying. Out of anybody, and I'm not saying because she's a woman, because there could have probably been women there that's elite too. I don't want to put that out there because she's a woman. What I'm trying to say is, you pick the chip handler.
I feel all of that. I'm just like, me personally, if I'm hiring people to protect me, I want the biggest, the scariest, the most homicidal looking motherfuckers that I can find. I'm sorry, that's just me. At this point,
I want the one that it's gonna sound crazy me saying it. It's all jokes. I want the one that already lost their soul. At this point, you don't got
yes.
You only want to care for me.
Nigga, I want this. See, the baby had the right idea. The baby was walking around with that big ass Kong, nigga. I'm walking around with niggas like Kong. About 10 of them. Not just one. About 10 of these niggas. All just like, even if you did shoot me, nigga, these niggas are so big, it's just a wall around me, nigga. I'm sorry. Like, I wouldn't, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily,
That's
I don't know.
That's interesting for a former president.
Like, nobody from the military, no former general, no former special ops agents, no
that lets me know that it looks like a lot of them really don't fuck with him.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
That's
really,
what I'm like,
they
nigga.
don't
Is
really
this
fuck
some
with him.
insider shit? Like, is this some insider shit? Like right now, like this shit is not making no sense. It's
Nah,
really
Trump
not.
is like Drake right now. It's literally Trump versus everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it
No,
is,
Trump
but
is really like Drake right now. I don't know if it's gonna have the same Kendrick out end, but I don't know. But Trump is literally Drake right now. Like he's really in it for like it's just him. Like he really has to look at this shit like I only got me for real. I can't trust none of these people.
I don't think you can. But
Crazy.
another crazy thing, right? My boy Tucker Carlson apparently called this months ago. Months ago.
They called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back. Then they indicted him. It didn't work. He
I
became
believe that.
more popular. They indicted him 3 more times, and every single time his popularity rose. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work. What's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination. Obviously, and but I don't.
But that's the crazy part about it, though. He got a good point about that. That is a
That's
if a
crazy.
person is if a person attempted, whether we think he does things morally, whether we think we agree with some of his decision making, just from a human to human point of view, like if a person has that many people attacking him and all of them shit failed, it's clear and obvious. Like, what the fuck you think would be next?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, it's something now because I mean I personally like Andrew Tate, but that's one of the things that he always said about himself personally.
He did say
Is
that.
when they don't like you, they're gonna try to put you in jail. If they can't put you in jail, well, they're gonna try to assassinate your character 1st.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't assassinate your character, they're gonna try to put you in jail.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't put you in jail, there's only one thing left to do.
But
You know what I'm saying?
can I? And then you want to know what's the scary part about it? There's a part where Trump relates to these people once again, whether we agree with him morally and all of these things. But there's a point where he does relate to those people that has experienced those things. Because we could go down a list of leaders that had stood and tried to, where their mission was like going against the grain, even down to rappers in the industry like a Tupac and Nipsey. So when you get to those, it do look like it's hard to not believe in what Andrew Tate is saying, because it's kind of like when something is really in your face, how do you expect me to not uh like just it's like you're saying this color is red, right? And I'm like, no, I see blue, but you're like, it's red, and I'm like, no, you and I both know we see blue, but why are you trying to tell me it's red? That's weird. It's hard for you to not understand why there are some people out there that really sit there and listen to these type of conversations that's happening and the things that are actually coming out of people's mouths. Like, you guys, there are people that really truly listen. So when somebody like him is saying something like that, right? He breaks it down just like that. And a couple months ago, somebody like Andrew Tate said the same thing, and he said, "I've experienced these things." Then when you go do your history fucking lessons and you're kind of seeing the same play be made, how do you kind of like be like, all right, if it's a duck, it's a duck. Like, you don't want me to say it's a duck, but it's a duck.
Right. Right. And I mean,
It's just
it
at
definitely
least
is.
find a new play. At least find a new play. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, with this, how can you truly believe? I mean, yeah, like one of the reports said, they're gonna get the man's phone that they neutralized, and they're gonna go through his phone. They're gonna start, taking down the ring of people around him, possibly, if even possible. But that would probably have to be a very sloppy individual for
But
number one.
that's why they create gangs in our neighborhoods and they have us fighting over stupid colors and stuff like that, because they don't want us to pay attention to the real mafias. That's just really what it is. Too.
Yeah, and a lot of
So
the
while we
times
over here talk about these
they
gangs,
find a
yes,
person
there's
who
gangs
doesn't
that
have to do it
no, there's a
anything.
bigger gang.
No, there is. And a lot of these times they find a person that I feel like has nothing to do with nothing. They're not political. They're not driven. Or maybe sometimes they are very political and radical. And they
Mm-hmm.
find these people who don't have anything to lose. They give them a
Mm-hmm.
bag or they promise them something, and
Mm-hmm.
they put them in positions to crash out. Like, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
why do these shooters feel bold enough? Now, this could be, and what honestly, I feel like regardless of what it really is, this is going to shape up to be like, oh, this was just some crazy disgruntled guy who hated Trump,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day, there was no ulterior motive. It was just some guy who wanted to kill Trump. And I'd be feeling
But
like,
that's the same
honestly,
play that,
it'd
but
be
that play
deeper than
been
that.
played already. That,
Yeah,
but
it'd
see,
be
you're
deeper than
saying it
that.
right now, but that play been played already. That's the thing. Even when you are a person that starts to speak against like truth, another thing that they do, that's what correlates to the whole they try to humiliate you. So they do assassinate your character, then you're crazy, you're on drugs, you done this. They try to bring up any type of you they would even these niggas would even pull shit out their pockets and say she stole a candy from a candy bar. That's how low and nasty they get. And no, but for real, that's really how low and nasty they get. But I'm just a believer in life of just that I just don't give people that much power over my life. I can't I refuse to be an individual that live in fear.
Nah, facts.
And it seems to be people who don't want to live in fear is the problem.
Nah, facts. I definitely feel that. I feel like a lot of people are still coming out. A lot of
Why are
people
you
are
even living
still
in fear
coming
like
out,
that?
and feeling like this is staged. So Amanda Seals apparently
Amanda Seals said it sounded like popcorn.
this bitch said something like I'm dead. So
Popcorn.
I didn't really get to
He
I didn't
said
really get to people.
popcorn.
Let me see. Hold on. I didn't really get to
I just don't understand. Like
see her
some of the
breakdown,
stuff
but I
we
know
just
she
Was
be
said
more
something
arguing or
staged
else.
fighting
than a
over. It
Tyler
just
Perry.
seems so redundant.
You said so redundant.
Not
Let
her
me
shading
see.
Tyler Perry too.
That shit
Not Tyler Perry catching a straight too.
was more
Catching
staged
strays.
than a Tyler Perry production of Medea runs for president. I lived in Harlem long enough to know that gunshots do not
Let me just
sound like
preface this. I wish this bitch would just turn off all her social media and just stop fucking talking. Usually,
I'm not
but
gonna lie, but
we
I
gonna
like
hear
her.
what she got to say.
No.
We gonna
I
hear what
like
she
her
got to
to
say
an
right.
extent. No, I like her to an extent. But one thing I can't stand about her though, she does come off more of a complainer.
No,
Um,
she's a true narcissist, and
like
for the females that claim that tout this narcissist. No, I hope that every female that uses that word realizes a true narcissist when they see one. Because one thing, just like how you were about to point out, the bitch is always complaining. And one thing I realize, when people come to me and they have a problem in every place they go, and somehow the problem is never them, somehow
yeah, that's
they
kind of
never
weird
have
to
a
me.
hand in it.
Yeah, that's
I,
weird.
eh.
That's weird. That is, and that goes for anyone. Like to me, I'm like, yo, you know, so crazy. I'm glad you mentioned that because today I was actually listening to the song that when I had called you, and I was like, yo, I need you to help me with this song, and I was
Mhm.
like telling the live, like basically how that day went, and I'm like, yo, I had to tell Diesel that I needed to write a song where, you know, it's easy to be like, fuck these niggas, did this shit to me, this and that. But I'm like, but girl, we all play parts in relationships, whether it's romantic relationships with our parents, where this and that, we all have falling points. So I'm like, no, like every time I hear her speak, I never hear her say one point where she had a falling point.
Yeah, like, oh, I could have did this, or
Like
it
it's
was my
never
fault
been
that I
her. No,
did
like it's
that. Like,
never been her
it's
at
always
all.
like, oh, this is happening because these niggas are racist and these motherfuckers are this and all. Even when, like, she said,
But
one
they gotta
story
do
she came out
something.
with
Like you never
recently,
had
right?
no slick joke. You never just even said a
No,
joke,
but
even the
this is the
simplest
thing.
a joke that
She
wasn't
had
funny.
she had a whole story about how she and this is why I said it explains her to a T. That one story explains who she is to a T, because that's how obviously how she's lived her whole life. But she told a story about how she was in school and she might have I believe she said she corrected a teacher. She
She
did
corrected a
something of
teacher.
the
That was
sort.
with the Shannon Sharp interview.
She
She had
corrected
the
her
internet on
teacher
fire with that one.
for so and it's like Shannon Sharp said, like, ma'am, just because all right, a teacher. I live in again. I went to school mostly in the South. That's number one. So coming to the
But it don't
South,
even gotta be a South thing.
no, no,
It
no,
can be
no.
a
It is
Southern child thing.
no, no, no.
Sometimes
It
it
is
does
it
come
is a
off like
Southern
that,
thing.
like who you talking
No,
to.
no. It is a Southern thing because in living in both places, Southern people have more of a traditional, respectful, and a hospitality thing. I couldn't come into school and tell my teacher yes. Oh, you did this? Yes. Or you better no. I couldn't. I wouldn't be answered. It took that being broken out of me for me to come into school, and I'm talking. We talking third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. You didn't go to school and you wasn't just in school just talking however you wanted to the teachers. That's number one. So for her to be like, oh, I corrected the teacher and I did this that, ma'am, and then just for you to be like, oh, well, they're obviously racist and this, that. No, no, man, you're not about to just go and and just be saying whatever you want to an adult, and them not, especially in your correct, because I was that kid. I was that kid, exactly that kid. I was the nigga who, yeah, I'm gonna correct you in front of the whole class, nigga, because now you're wilding, and now I'm gonna correct you in front of everybody. And if it turns into something, it turns into something. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, they're just racist, they're just prejudiced, obviously. No, like sometimes things are a little bit deeper than that. Sometimes things aren't that black and white, and it feels like she labels a lot of the shit that goes on in her life as people just being racist or narcissist or mean to her or just not liking her. Like she's just, you know what I'm saying?
You wanna know something? She cries more than the average black woman that's blacker than her.
She does. She does. She
No,
most
like
definitely does.
for real, and it's given like identity crisis to me.
But it's because she's, like I said, she's a narcissist. Everything she attributes. First of all, she attributes most things that she doesn't get. Oh, I don't get invited to this. These people don't like me. She attributes all of these things to people not liking her. When sometimes people might just not want to deal with you. Sometimes people not wanting to deal with you is not that deep. You're just not a fun person to be around. You're
But
not a
or
fun
maybe
person.
like you just said, maybe you're just not the vibe. You're not there. Like you never try that friendships. Like come on, like you never try that friendships. And sometimes it was just like it's just not the vibe. Sometimes maybe we may not be able to read the room that we wasn't somebody's vibe. But we've also been people and judge character and be like, yeah, that person's not really my vibe. I tried it. But like with her, when I hear her speak, I hate that because she does have some key points when she talks about really important fucking topics, but she doesn't understand the reason why people don't want to listen to her is because you sound just like a complainer. And then
Not only
you
that, and
also
you sound like
separate
a
yourself.
person who doesn't really take.
She also separates herself from the people. That's what makes
Yeah.
it not. That's what makes us have a hard time to want to fuck with you because a lot of time when you speak, it's coming off as they, they, they.
Yeah. It's always a pity party with her, but I'm gonna let her spit before I get too much off topic because
I'm not even
she
gonna
is
go
a
through all that
polarizing
because at the end of the day,
she is
she
a
does talk
polarizing
about
figure
certain.
herself.
She talks about certain topics. She just needs to stop complaining all the damn
She
time.
do get
And
off
just
on
let
certain topics when it becomes political, and I feel like she has a stance. regardless
Yeah.
of if her stance is always the right stance, she obviously
Right.
is knowledgeable about certain
Right.
things and
Right. Like
topics.
that's why I said
So,
I give it to her, but she couldn't be my friend because I would have been told her to shut the fuck up.
That
Like
shit.
real talk. Real talk.
oh my god.
That's why I'm like, yeah, you lived in Harlem, so you know to shut the fuck up when it came anyways if you're in New York, so
Most aged than a Tyler making popcorn on the stove.
This sound.
Where'd the blood come from? So in theater, in movies, they have what's called blood pellets. They even, people using Halloween is basically a pellet of fake.
this nigga, I put my business on here. You're gonna
To be frank, Small Hands Trump would not respond. Raising his fist in the air triumphantly were an actual attempt made on his life. This was, I believe, done to try to show his strength. Counter Biden's.
Why is nigga salty that he? Why? I don't get it. Why is nigga salty that homie came out? Why they salty about this? Like here, like why they salty about that? Like, I mean that she definitely does sound salty now. I ain't gonna hold you because you know what I mean. My boy Big Act has some select words. He has some words. He has some words for this. He has some words for her.
Amanda Seals, listen to this bullshit.
That shit was more staged than a Tyler Perry production of Medea Runs for President. I lived in Harlem long enough to.
I got guns. I've heard every. Millimeter. All sound different and also distant matters. This is why a bitch like you should shut the fuck up. Talking about it. This is why, like, some of y'all are so glued into whatever political view
oh my god,
y'all dismiss reality.
Bro.
Oh, he read my mind.
Like, but this is the exact shit I'm talking. Like, niggas be so caught on their political views that it's just like life is happening and real shit happening. You're like, oh no, but he's Trump. It's Trump. He can't just be shot. A person like him can't be shot and then get up and then re-raising their hand. Bitch, did you not see we all seen it on camera. Now you want us to ignore our eyes, bro. This shit is in 4K.
I had to get on somebody about that when I was listening to. I had to get on somebody about that when I was listening to a Candace Owens interview. I was doing a live one day.
And the crazy thing is, I fuck with Candace now. I've been fucking with Candace nowadays. I've been fucking with Candace Owens nowadays, nigga. I've been fucking. I used to not really fuck with her like that.
I was really listening to a good interview, and I'm just listening. Some girl want to come into my life, and she, cause like you said, cause of her political stance and how she feels about shit and whatever.
Right.
Beef she has with Candace Owens in her head, she tried to come into my life and tell me to shut that shit up. I was like, yo, are you lost? Are you lost?
And this be the thing, these motherfuckers were here, and even if you even take a nigga like Academics on the screen right now, you take these motherfuckers who hear one sound bite, they hear one piece of information. Oh, I heard this person say this. Oh, I heard they said that. Instead of you motherfuckers, this is what I indulge, and I hope all my stoners, my hippies, my hip hop enthusiasts that regularly visit the Doja room, I hope that y'all, when you hear an argument, you hear out both sides. There's no way in hell should you motherfuckers be sitting here calling yourself people who are going to go out in November and vote when you have not sat down here and said, okay, you know what? Let me really see what these niggas is talking about. Let me really hear what you know what I'm saying. Let me hear what this what the information actually is on this side. I'm not gonna. It's so crazy that it's like y'all niggas will listen to the gazelle tell you who the lion is, but y'all niggas will not. Y'all won't go over to the lion and be like, bro, why do you hunt gazelle? Like, what is going on here? Like, what? Y'all will sit here and just be like, oh no, this is it. I like this side, so everything they saying, it has to be true. And that's basically
it's comforting.
It's that vote blue no matter who shit. It's that vote blue no matter who shit. And that's crazy. That's a crazy statement. Do you understand that they were touting that 4 years ago?
I gotta fit in.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Do you understand that this is what they was pushing to us like 4 or 5 years ago? This vote blue no matter who. It doesn't matter who they are. They're on our side, so we have to just blindly follow them. It doesn't matter. And this is how we got Joe Biden in the first place, nigga. Like, I would hope that y'all people listening in and y'all people
just
coming
like when
in,
there was like vote for Obama because he's black. Like, let's call it like this, bro. Like,
exactly.
Whether he was black, whether he was Asian, whether he was somebody that is an American.
And we did that, and Obama didn't really do shit for black people at the end of the day. He did more for gays and this person and that person than he did for black people. So,
but because that's what he was there to do. I don't want to go and touch into those topics because I almost got on his ass on Twitter. I had to remind myself that I don't want to get my page taken. So I backtrack what I was going to say. But he's another conversation. But a lot of them, they come into their positions for a reason. So when he was pushing that narrative for a lot of things to happen for a lot of other people, it was because that was what he was set to do.
Are you talking about Trump?
No, Obama.
Oh, Obama. I mean, I don't know. When it comes down to these guys, what I've learned to start doing is really, because there was a point in time when Trump was president where I was very heavy into politics. I was behind Bernie. I was behind Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I was behind the Squad. I was behind the entire leftist party. But what it's come to show me is a lot of these motherfuckers, they come in these spaces and they are just there to prop and fluff themselves up and make you think that there's some battle being fought and that there's some real war going on between these two parties. But a lot of these motherfuckers are on the same side. And they just got you niggas dancing in the palm of their hands at the end of the day. So, when bitches like Amanda Seales get up here and be like, oh, that was staged. A nigga like Trump would never get up and then say, it's like, bitch, we can see, the shit is in 4K. It's in 4K. You gotta stop. Like, at a certain point, you have to just snap out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's
that shit is crazy.
Whole investigation by the FBI outside in Butler. Drive over there and go see if they're investigating state shit.
I lived in Harlem.
You lived in Harlem? Bitch, I got all the guns that they shoot. You just sound like a bitch who's running her fucking mouth for no fucking reason. This is half of America. Staged. You think people want to convince you?
You want to know what's so crazy? You want to know what's so crazy? Can you pause that real quick? It's staged when it comes to the presidencies, right? But it's not staged when it comes to black on black crime. We can't call that to be staged, right?
Didn't want to show that.
No.
Was
we
that
can't call
trying
that
to show
be
that?
staged, right? So I can't have that theory and say, I don't really think that black boy really got shot.
No, I was saying I accidentally put a picture of the shooter on. The shooter post clap.
It's interesting that she
post being clapped.
It's interesting.
That is, I mean, that's actually a perfect segue because you did ask about. We were talking about that Project 2025 joint, and that's why I said, like I said, this is the perfect segue because a lot of people. I've been just listening. Now I didn't do too much research into the whole Project 2025 thing until recently, until I seen this video where this woman was just making a lot of heavy claims, and I'm just like, okay. And usually when you see people making these crazy claims, like absurd claims, and then they'll be like, yeah, just go look at it. You can just go look it up, and you actually do end up. And when you actually do end up going and researching it yourself, you'll find that some of those claims are a little bit stretched. Now, real quick, I'm just going to break down, because I did take down some notes of the video. I don't have the video. Actually, I might, but the video might be too long to send. But I don't have the video, so I'm just going to go through the notes and hit the main points that she talked about in the thing, and we can really just break down this whole 2025 thing together. So, so the heavy claims that's been made about the impact of Project 2025 in a video I watched. So the woman claimed that the plan will systematically take apart the federal government made by a large group of billionaire Christian nationalists, is what she said. She claims Social Security, Medicare, and veterans benefits will be taken away, as well as the EPA and workers' protections. She then goes on to claim that it will give the president powers of an autocrat, and with those powers, he will then use the executive orders to reverse many of our civil rights, and contains plans to redirect our military to support local law enforcement, which includes the Insurrection Act to stop protest on U.S. soil that the administration doesn't agree with. She also claims
the administration doesn't agree with.
Basically, she also claims that protections on the LGBTQ community will be reversed, and it will be reversed and will criminalize many of them, moving to more heavy claims like reversal of racial equality, diversity, and all environmental gains. She then goes on to explain that the plan replaces secular education with a Christian theocracy, with a specific play to get rid of the Department of Education altogether. She then explains the document mentions Schedule F, which will remove 50,000 civil servants on day one and will recruit 20,000 in conservative replacements for those jobs, in which they will have to take a loyalty pledge and acknowledge the 2020 presidential election was stolen.
Does that mean like anybody's getting chosen?
I wasn't sure. I'm not sure. I wasn't sure of that at first.
You know how they be picky.
That's basically what she claimed. What'd you say?
You know how they pick out people to go do jury duty?
Yeah, right.
Is it like you're getting picked out to be like, okay, we're gonna replace these people that's been
basically, yeah, if you come up and you're like, hey, I'm a conservative, I think the 2020 that's basically what she's saying. They're going to fire all of these people, and the new people coming in are going to be conservatives that says, hey, Trump is our true president and the 2020 election is stolen, and that's how we're going to get our jobs. So even when I heard that, I'm like, okay, all right, lady. So, apparently this 920-page document, it contained all of this, but we can go point by point.
Mm-hmm.
So, because she claimed a lot. So based on the information gathered from various sources, here's an analysis of the claim made by the video regarding Project 2025. So the first claim, dismantling the federal government. So the claim is systematic dismantling of the federal government agencies, including Social Security, Medicare, veterans benefits, EPA, and workers' protections. So the primary document for Project 2025 mandate leaderships. The conservative promise mentions dismantling the administrative state, which could imply significant changes to federal agencies. However, specific claims about Social Security, Medicare, and veterans benefits need direct citation from the document, which they don't.
Okay,
so
what's the okay? My thing. Okay, so you take that away now. So what do you do with those people? What happens to
No,
those people?
so that's what this is saying. It's saying that the document does not claim to take any of those things away.
Okay.
the
Okay.
The document is claiming that these things are going to are going to be well, the lady in the video was claiming like, hey, these key things will be taken away when the document
Mm-hmm.
doesn't cite anything about Social Security, Medicare, and veterans benefits being taken away. So the claim about the EPA and workers protection could align with the broader goal of reducing regulatory oversight. But a lot of the things you can see this, you know what I'm saying? She kind of like finagled it a little bit. So the part where she was about the executive powers and civil rights. So that claim was he was going to increase his executive powers, potential autocrat rule, and reversal of the civil rights. So the document emphasizes strengthening the executive branch, which might include enhanced use of executive orders. Direct claims about reversing civil rights need specific citations, but are plausible under a broader empowered executive. Now, that would just have to be like, okay, do you really think that Trump is going to go in and start reversing civil rights? I highly doubt that. But that's what I've learned is that a lot of people on the left are just like, oh my God, it's gonna be the destruction of America. And it's just like, wait, y'all know that we already have 4 years of this nigga, right? We're still here. We're here. Hello, hi, I'm here. I got a job. I got a house. I got a car. I'm good right now. We already been through 4 years of him. It wasn't the apocalypse. But they're going to make it constantly seem like everything this nigga does, oh my God, he's going to reverse silver. And it's like, y'all niggas got to chill. And that's what I've...
So they're not really, so they're are they so are they really reading the document, or are they glancing at it?
Most of these people, what I've learned about just studying politics, most of these people don't read shit. They listen to a pundit on the TV say, this is what this guy is going to do. Or they listen to a pundit on YouTube or somewhere, wherever, and they listen to somebody's telling you, hey, this is what Donald Trump is trying to do. Just like this lady was on this video. Post it to the Shade Room. Post it to the Shade Room. So it's probably a little bit easier for me to find that video, but the Shade Room posts a lot. So, but this was a video posted to the Shade Room. 90% of the Shade Room, I would say even 99% of the Shade Room is not going to go back and research this woman's claims as I have. They're not. They've already, because you got to understand, we're in a state of, I already don't like you.
But you
So
want to
now,
know why? It's not even, but it's not only that. There's serious more matters on why people don't even go and read those fact checks, or just even dive a little bit more deep into the rabbit hole.
Because like I was about to say,
we're distracted by a lot of things. There's a lot of things that is pulling us from even being sounded in mind. Like, it's a lot of things.
no, honestly, it's just we're living in the age of I don't like you, so any news that comes out to support me not liking you, oh, I'm running with it. I'm not doing any fact checking. I don't care if it's true or not. Think about it. Most of these motherfuckers who don't already like Trump, like an Amanda Seals, any information that would support Donald Trump, let's say tomorrow, Donald Trump pimp smacked his wife. Do you really think an Amanda Seals is going to do that research, or is she going to say, a person like Donald Trump, of course he smacks his wife. Of course this nigga beats on his wife.
She's gonna say that. She would run with that one.
Exactly. And this is what America needs to snap out of right now. We need to snap out of the
contest, though. It's a popularity contest. A lot of the time, the person who's
It is. And if you're liked,
it's always been a popularity contest. We see this shit play out in high school. We see it play out in middle school. We see it play out in elementary school. Our whole life always been put to be competitors and not work together. That's the fucking issue.
Well, yeah, because if people like you, you play by a different set of rules than everyone else. You play by a different set of rules than somebody who most people despise. So, if you're already a polarizing figure, no amount of bad news is going to help you, really. Because, like I said, anything that does come out against you, people are going to run with. They already want to have a reason. And I feel like that's a lot of the shit that's going on with Drake and shit like that, too. A lot of people want to have a reason not to like Drake. So now we're going to act like this nigga is a proven pedophile.
I never ran with it. Like even when he was making the claims with Kendrick about being a woman abuser, going through something like that, like that's not a situation I even take lightly. So like when it came to making commentary on those ends, I just kind of stayed out of it because those are like that's a serious jacket to put on someone. I think
right.
both of them are serious jackets. I don't want to say which one is worse, which one is the other. But as a hip hop fan, I looked at it from a hip hop fan point of view. And a lot of these people, a lot of these new age people, they didn't, you got to understand, we're the generation that's the middle child. We are the middle child in a way. Like between this certain group and that certain group. So we do see both sides. Like you can understand why there's a sexy red, whether you like it or not, but you can also understand why there's this conscious rapper because you're in the space of the middle. There are people that are in the middle, and it's not like you want to you're pandering to both sides. You're just looking at it like, I'm looking what you're saying, I'm looking what you're saying, I'm looking what you're saying. And a lot of the times, it's all a person got to hear is one negative thing about you and go, oh yeah, that's right, that's right, that bitch.
That sounds like him. I bet I already knew that's the type of nigga that they was.
Sometimes they judge that pretense from a trauma they probably experienced. So a lot of the times people speak in situations projecting their traumas into it, and it's not actual factual based shit. All emotions.
Yeah. Facts. So, real quick, let me just get through these points so I can put this behind.
Right.
Now, go ahead.
It's just you gotta hear both sides. You can't just like me, I just now can start voting because I recently, like 2 years ago, I became a citizen. But even then, I'm like, when I really think about what's happening, I'm like, I've been conditioned to just believe one-sided thing and this and that. And as a person, like, why are you mad that my brain wants to think more? Why are you mad that I want to hear, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this is the land of the free, it doesn't seem like you want to really allow us to be free. I don't get it. It's very contradicting. Like it's a lot of the things that they talk about, like they all contradict each other, and it's just like we were raised to just. I think we started off with generations of like. I think we were more community, and then as time evolves, we just became more competitors.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of factors into that, I think, personally. But yeah, if we do really just start looking at the facts of what we're being told from both sides and start fact-checking both sides, not just the niggas that we don't like, oh, okay, Trump said this, let's fact-check that. We need to fact-check Biden shit, too. We need to fact-check everything. So even, like, going through here, and it was like, well... You know, I mean, like reversing civil rights claims and shit like that. Yes, it's possible. It is. We're not going to rule that out. It's a possible thing. Is it likely? No, I don't think it's likely. Stuff about military and law enforcement that he plans on taking a military force to support the law enforcement and stuff like that. Do I think stuff like that is possible? Yes. Like, that's a little bit more possible, even though there's still no direct evidence gathered that says in this 920-page document that it says that. But people will come out and make these claims. Another claim, LGBT protections are going to be taken care of. There's nothing that says this, but all of these claims, you know what I'm saying? If you don't research these things, you'll really think that these 8 points that this lady put out are just like You know what I'm saying? Just that it is what it is, and it's really not. And this is how a lot of black people are played with, because we'll listen to because this was an old little white lady. It's an old little white lady. This wasn't a sister. This wasn't an Amanda Seals.
No,
Which Amanda
girl,
Seals.
girl.
Yeah. You'll let
shit.
we'll be ping pong back and forth by these groups, but we don't have the ability, and they do this shit to us because we don't have the ability to just sit here and be like, okay, let me figure this shit out. Okay, let me figure out why these niggas want Trump dead right now, cause the math ain't adding up. Let me figure why. Wait, hold on. Let me stop. Let me stop all the noise real quick. Let me take what this person said. Let me take what y'all niggas are saying, and let me confirm this. There's not enough of that. One thing, even if I hear,
at least make a decision for yourself. At least make a decision. Like, at least try to make a decision for yourself. Damn.
Exactly. Even when I hear, like, if I hear YouTubers beefing, I gotta, even if one of them are my favorite YouTuber, I'm listening to both videos. I'm listening to both sides. I'm listening to everybody who had an opinion or a side of the story. So, yeah, it's crazy to me. So, this is obviously,
but it is a popularity contest, and it's like, they're like, it's like whoever's more popular in I guess pandering to kissing ass. I don't know what it is.
They play by a different set of rules.
Yeah, so it's like you said, the average person is not gonna go and really be like, oh, let me just hear both sides. Oftentimes, if you're on the end of in the popularity side at the moment, of course, niggas, their objective is to want to take you down. That because we're in a competitive nature. This is in our nature now, like nature versus, like, you know what I'm saying. This is our.
Well, we're Westerners and we're capitalists at the end of the day. So
exactly
everything is a competition for us.
So,
right, everything is a competition for us. We're Americans. We're capitalists. We're driven by the dollar.
Knock down his opponent, like that fact is very clear to us. But as people, you should want to be like, why do you want to knock him down? You can't just go with they just want to knock him down.
We got to start asking these questions, like, and to get to the, the closing thoughts of this, like, honestly, we got to start asking these questions. And that's kind of why I did this episode today, which damn near ended up being a full episode, so I guess so. But the reason why I did this episode is just because we got to start asking these questions. It's okay to ask these questions. It's okay to be like, okay, this doesn't add up. This doesn't make sense. Or, okay, if this nigga is so bad and he's so this and he's so that, why are they trying to do all of these things? We got to stop letting people tell us, oh no, this is why this is like that. Oh no, this is what you're seeing. When we're seeing shit for our own eyes, we got to stop letting people try to describe what we're seeing for our own eyes and try to manipulate that from us.
Crazy.
Yeah. And that's all. That's where I'm gonna leave it as far as I think was going on. But like I said, we're gonna continue to get more information. Secret Service is dropping statements. Ivanka is dropping statements. Everybody dropping their own little statements and shit like that. But
I'm trying.
Yeah, I mean, I think this situation is going to continue to develop, and we're going to continue to learn more and more about what's really going on here. But regardless, I think for the people who, don't like Trump, or, you know what I'm saying, like, they have something against the nigga, I really don't. Like I said, I really wouldn't have cared, to be honest. I wouldn't have cared if the nigga really had got shot and got put in the body bag. Hey, that's what happened. That's what happened. But I don't think that's necessarily what we need to be happening in our country, as big as we are, as the leaders of the world.
Crazy.
We don't necessarily need that happening.
It look crazy. Like they really making an ass out of themselves.
Yeah, but it's
both sides. Like they.
It's because we need to really.
That's why I'm like, yo, never in a million years
I'm laughing. Like I have to laugh at this shit sometimes because that's how it keeps me sane. Because I'm like, yo, never in a million years I thought we would be talking about presidents getting felonies and even if catching. But even with that stuff, like when you hear these type of things, you're like, how did we even get here?
Right.
The shit just getting nastier and nastier.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
And they both looking like asses, and it worries
I
me
really think we
because
need a clean slate. I really think we need a clean slate. We need
I think we
to
need to
start
just hug it
over.
out. We just need to hug it out. It's okay to hug it. No, a hug goes a long way. Don't try. Let me tell you, people, we need to get back. Also, listen. Shout out to the phones and having social media and all that. That's cool and all, and we can reach each other in a blink of a second. But get back to like really like intimate touching because y'all forgetting that, and that's why we beefing so damn much. Like, just hug it out. No, for real. Like you laughing, but sometimes I really feel like a hug is just all it takes. Like you said, sometimes things are not as deep. But I'm like, damn. Like, how long are we gonna keep going neck to neck? If anything, if y'all both standing up to run this motherfucking country, y'all both should stand up and run this motherfucking country and do it to the best ability. But beefing with each other, like who's winning? It's just like the same thing with the when you go to the gang stuff, like who's winning? So it's
Nobody's
like
winning
you guys
because
are making us look crazy.
they're all
We
on
are
one side.
selecting you guys. You guys need to stop selecting people to be in positions that's gonna keep making y'all look crazy too.
It's a lot going
Like
on behind the scenes. I feel like it's so much going on that we don't even understand or really comprehend what the real conversation
the
is
50 Cent one,
behind
that
closed
one,
doors.
the 50 Cent
I
one,
had to throw
that
that
one,
up there. I had to throw that up there.
the 50 Cent one sent me.
I had to throw that up there, man.
Yo,
That's for
exactly.
President Donnie. But yeah, final thoughts on everything that we got here. Go ahead and drop them down there if you got some. Got any final
I
thoughts?
just think that people just, like I said, need to hug. Just hug it. Like I know I'm lightly trolling about the situation. Yes, it is very serious, but honestly, it does not hurt you to read. I think you guys hate reading. And that's why when we having conversations, our shit is sometimes a little bit all over the place. So let's get
Mm-hmm.
back into like reading and like human touch. Like I'm good. I'm glad that we have these advancements and some of them made life easier. But as people, it just seems like we're really going out the way and losing ourselves. And it's just like I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. So I can't imagine
It's gonna be a
like
long day. It's gonna be a
you know what
long
I'm
day,
saying?
longer week.
It's like y'all just not tired. It's just weird. You feel me? Like if there's a Republican, if there's a it's like Republicans is the Bloods and the other ones is the Crips. And it's just like if it's to represent a neighborhood, even if you're gonna fight over a neighborhood, if all of y'all live in the neighborhood, y'all own y'all sole purpose should be making sure this neighborhood is the best neighborhood. So it's like I get it. There's gonna be tension. Family doesn't always agree, but at some point, this cat fight is getting a little bit out of control. Like it's making us look crazy.
Yeah.
And as a country and as a person who just became a citizen and who sworn into citizenship to represent this country. In my final thoughts of today's episode, I just how y'all making us look is foolish. Like we look crazy. And that's
Yeah.
I digress right there. Like we look crazy right now. Like,
It's
and I
definitely
can't
a
even
crazy
run today.
scene today. It's definitely a crazy scene today, but we're gonna go and let this play itself out and see what we find out. Yeah, this has been a strange day. Like I said, this is not our regular scheduled program for today,
This was
but
not on the
some things are very important to talk about. So to all my stoners, hippies, hip hop enthusiasts out there, if you do like this kind of content and y'all want to hear more political sided talk, things like that, I mean, I got plenty for y'all, and I got plenty of opinion all the time. So if you do like this talk, I'll leave a little poll down there in the description. Y'all can go ahead and vote. If you want to hear more content like this, then of course you can leave a like on the video as well. Share this with your friends, get the discussion going, and come slide on down here, leave a comment, stuff like that. Yeah, man. And then even subscribe to the channel, Firstborn Media. Y'all know what it is. And you can find this episode in the Doja Room, where you listen to all your podcasts. And yeah, I mean, it's your boy Dope Boy Diesel, like always. Man, it's been a day. So I'm glad y'all came through and stopped here with us. Shout out to Pros for stopping here with us today for a special episode. And yeah, man, we're gonna wrap this one up, but I hope y'all come in and are tuned in for the next one, because we ain't never finished here in the Doja Room. And I'm out.